Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. And we continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 7. Does anyone remember what we read the last time, the main point of last time?
Hare Krishna. We read,
Hare
we
Krishna.
heard that, we read that engaging in devotional service is the only means and end to attain eternal happiness. In human life, we are given the choice either to choose Krishna or choose Maya, whereas in animal life, you don't have a choice. If one really desires to learn the absolute truth, then one needs to approach a bona fide spiritual master. And an intelligent person must inquire from the spiritual master about the goal of life. And the goal of life is, to know, to understand what is our relationship with God. And in every stage of life, we are dependent upon the Supreme Lord Krishna. Even in the four principles of advancement in spiritual life, Dharma, Artha, Kam, and Moksha, all the results depend on the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we are completely dependent on the Supreme Lord. Thank you. So going on, 50. Devo Suru Manishyo Va
Devarshuru
Yaksho Gandharva Eva Va
Yaksho
Gandharva
Gandharva Eva
Eva
Vaha
Bhajan Mukunda Charanam
Bhajan
Mukunda
Mukunda
Charanam
Charanam
Swastiman Syad Yatha Vayam.
Swasti
Swasman
Mansaya
Syat
Yatha
Yatha
Vayam.
Vayam.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. If a demigod, demon, human being, yaksh, gandharva, or anyone within this universe renders service to the lotus feet of Mukunda, who can deliver liberation, he is actually situated in the most auspicious condition of life, exactly like us, the Mahajanas, headed by Prahlāda Maharaj. Prahlāda Maharaj, by his living example, requested his friends to engage in devotional service, whether in demigod society, Asur society, human society, or Gandharva society. Every living entity should take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda and thus become perfect in good fortune. So, Lord Krishna is called Mukunda. What does it mean?
Liberation giver.
Yeah, one who can give liberation. That's right. And what is Prahlāda Maharaj saying? What is the most auspicious condition of life?
To engage in devotional service,
Yes, thank you.
everyone has to. Yeah.
Yeah, engage in devotional service. That's the most auspicious condition. We always trying to find out what is most auspicious time, auspicious muhurat, auspicious day, auspicious month. You know, we are trying to find out, right? Many times we say, oh, this is auspicious, this is not auspicious. But Prahlāda Maharaj, he is a authority. He's a Mahajan. He's saying what is actually auspicious? Engage in devotional service. That is auspicious. Okay. Nalam dvijatvam devatvam
Nalam Vachutvam Devatvam
rishitvam vasuratmajaha
Rishi.
Shivam Vasuratmashtaha
prina prinannaya mukundasya
Prinaya Mukundasya
na vritam na bahu gyata
No,
Tamna Bahu Gyatam
Na danam na tapo nejya,
Na
na shaucham na vritani cha, priyate la malaya bhaktya, harir anyad vidambanam. My dear friends, O sons of the demons, you cannot please the Supreme Personality of Godhead by becoming perfect brahmanas, demigods, or great saints, or by becoming perfectly good in etiquette or vast learning. None of these qualifications can awaken the pleasure of the Lord, nor by charity, austerity, sacrifice, cleanliness, or vows can one satisfy the Lord. The Lord is pleased only if one has unflinching, unalloyed devotion to Him. Without sincere devotional service, everything is simply a show. Everything is a performance. So, what are the few ways Prahlāda Maharaj is saying that we cannot please the Lord? The Lord is cannot please the Lord by such things. What are those?
Charity, austerity,
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice, cleanliness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What
Yeah.
else? What else?
Good
Etiquette.
etiquette,
Yes.
good etiquette,
Yeah.
and so vast learning. Let me say we are knowledgeable, right? Lot of knowledge.
Yes. Vast learning.
even
Yes.
you can, by being a brahmana or a demigod or a great saint,
Yeah. Yeah. That means, you know, Krishna is not really pleased by these things. What is really the way to please Krishna?
Engaging in emotions,
sincere
Pure
devotional
devotion.
service,
Yeah. Pure devotional service.
unflinching, unalloyed
unflinching,
Unflinching.
devotion.
Yes.
and unalloyed devotional
Unflinching,
service.
unalloyed means pure devotional service. Pure devotional service. No desire for, no material desire, no desire for liberation, no desire for any kind of mysticism, pleasing Krishna favorably by following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. That is how to please Krishna. You know, we may think, oh, maybe Krishna wants me to become a great this or great that. No, Krishna just needs our love. That's it, our devotion. That's how we can please him. You know, in the material world, we have the pressure. Our parents want us to become great in this or great in that, or our family may say you should be doing this or you should be doing that. But what is Krishna just asking? Just our heart. That's it. Just devotion. Prahlāda Maharaj concludes that one can become perfect by serving the Supreme Lord sincerely by all means. Material elevation to life as a Brahmana, demigod, rishi, and so on are not causes for developing love of Godhead. But if one sincerely engages in the service of the Lord, his Krishna consciousness is complete. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9:30. Api chet sudaracharo bhajate mam ananya bha sadur eva samantavya samyak vyavasito hisa. Even if one commits the most abominable actions, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. So a pure devotee, he is not going to commit anything abominable, you know. To develop unalloyed love for Krishna is the perfection of life. Prema Pumartho Mahan. Lord Chaitanya says, what is the Panchapurushartha? The goal of life is to revive our love of God, to love God. So other processes may be helpful, but if one does not develop his love for Krishna, these other processes are simply a waste of time. Dharma svanostita pumsam vishvakshena katha suya notpadayed yati ratim shrama eva hi kevalam. duties, dharma, executed by men, regardless of occupation, are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the Supreme Lord. Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 8. The test of perfection is one's unalloyed devotion to the Lord. So one may say, I need to do, these are my prescribed duties, these are the rituals I need to do, this is the tapa, penance, charity, or, these are the various things I need to do. But if that does not bring one to love Krishna, or bring one to the process of devotional service or Krishna consciousness, then all those in themselves are simply uh, a waste of labor. Yeah. So much useless labor, Bhagavatam is saying, because energy is required in everything. But what is the idea is to gradually raise our consciousness to come to the platform of devotional service. So then going on, Tato Haro Bhagavati.
Tato Bhagavati
Hello, Bhagavati.
Bhaktim Kuruta Danavaha.
Tim Kurutva Navaha
Atma Upamyena Sarvatra.
Atmapamena Sarvatra
Sarva Bhutatmanishvare.
Sarvabhutatmanishvare.
My dear friends, O sons of the demons, in the same favorable way that one sees himself and takes care of himself, take to devotional service to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present everywhere as the super soul of all living entities. So Prahlāda Maharaj is just finishing his teachings to his friends. So he's stressing in so many verses the importance of devotional service. The word Atma Upamyena refers to thinking others to be like oneself. One can very intelligently conclude that without devotional service, without becoming Krishna conscious, one cannot be happy. Therefore, the duty of all devotees is to preach Krishna consciousness everywhere, all over the world. Because, so why is the duty to preach Krishna consciousness? Why should we give Krishna consciousness to everyone?
It will bring peace, no chaos.
Yes, it will bring peace. It will
You
take
cannot
away
be
the
happy.
chaos. Yes,
cannot
Eternally
be
not
happy.
be
We all will
happy.
be eternally
Yeah,
happy.
that's right. So that we can all be eternally happy. We cannot be happy without devotional service. This material world is full of misery. One will say, but no, I'm enjoying. I'm not miserable. I'm enjoying. But that enjoyment is very temporary. That goes away and then misery comes. So because all living entities without Krishna consciousness are suffering the pangs of material existence, to preach Krishna consciousness is the best welfare activity. Indeed, it is described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as para upakar, work for the true benefit of others. The activities of para upakar have been especially entrusted to those who have taken birth in India as human beings. So Lord Chaitanya is saying, you're a human being, you've taken birth in India. And Lord Chaitanya is giving an instruction in Caitaniya Caritamita Adi Leela 9, chapter 9, text 41. Bharata bhumi te haila manusha janma yar. Janma sarthaka kari karapara upakar. That if you have taken birth in India, then fulfill this birth by giving Krishna consciousness to everyone. Give this highest benefit to everyone. Para upakar. The entire world is suffering for want of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised all human beings born in India to make their lives perfect by Krishna consciousness and then preach the gospel of Krishna consciousness all over the world so that others may become happy by executing the principles of Krishna consciousness. So we can see Srila Prabhupada's compassion in this verse. He's so compassionate. He's understanding that all of us are suffering here in the material world, and he wants all of us to be happy in the mood of Lord Chaitanya. This is Lord Chaitanya's mission. This Krishna consciousness mission is Lord Chaitanya's mission. And Srila Prabhupada is saying we should follow the instruction of Lord Chaitanya, that we ourselves become Krishna conscious and give Krishna consciousness to others so that we can also be happy and make others happy. This is the same teaching what Prahlāda Maharaj is also giving. Daite ya yaksha rakshamse.
Daite Shirakshamsi.
Raksham Shamsastre
Striya Shudra Vrijokashaha.
Sri Shudra Vrajashkashaha.
Khaga Mriga Papa Jiva.
Khadamriga Papa Jiva.
Santihi Achyutatam Gataha.
Santi
Achyuta Tatam Gataha.
Oh, my friends, oh, sons of demons, everyone, including you, the yakshas and rakshasas, the unintelligent women, shudras, and cowherd men, the birds, the lower animals, and the sinful living entities, can revive his original, eternal spiritual life and exist forever simply by accepting the principles of Bhakti Yoga. The devotees are referred to as Achyutya Gotra, or the dynasty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The devotees, they're called Achyuta Gotra. You know, which family you're from, which Gotra you're from, the Brahmanas ask. So the devotees say we are from family of Lord Krishna. The Lord is called Achyuta, as indicated in Bhagavad Gita, Senayorubayor Madhye, Ratham Sthapaya Me Achyuta. The Lord is infallible in the material world because he is the supreme spiritual person. Similarly, the jivas, who are part and parcel of the Lord, can also become infallible. Although Prahlada's mother was in the conditional state and was the wife of a demon, even yakshas, rakshasas, women, shudras, and even birds and other lower entities, living entities, can be elevated to the Achyuta Gotra, the family of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the highest perfection. As Krishna never falls when we revive our spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness, we never fall again to material existence. So, like this, Prabhupada is saying Krishna is Achyuta, infallible. So, by becoming devotees, we can also become infallible. We go to the spiritual world, never to return to this material world again. One should understand the position of the Supreme Achyuta Krishna, who says in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma karma chame divyam, evam yo veti tattvataha, tyaktva deham punarjanmam, naiti mameti surjana. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode. O Arjuna, one should understand Achyuta, the supreme infallible, and how we are related with him. And one should take to the service of the Lord. This is the perfection of life. Srila Madhvacharya says, Achyutam Chuti Varjanam. The word Achyutatam refers to one who never falls to this material world, but always remains in the Vaikuntha world, fully engaged in the service of the Lord. So by engaging in devotional service, we can also go back to the spiritual world, never to come back to this material world again. We can also become infallible, Achyutatam. Any comments, questions?
Yeah, like we were reading yesterday, the art of living, the art of working, acting, depending on Krishna.
Yeah,
Yeah, key to life.
key to life. Yeah, that's right. So then, etavan eva lokesmin.
एतावान् एव लोकेऽस्मिन्
एतावानेव लोकेऽस्मिन्
पुंसः स्वार्थपरः स्मृतः
पुंसः स्वार्थः परस्पतः
एकान्तभक्तिर्गोविन्दे
एकान्तभक्तिर्गोविन्दे
गोविन्दे
यत्सर्वत्र तत् ईक्षणम्
यत्सर्वत्र तत्क्षणम्.
In this material world, to render service to the lotus feet of Govinda, the cause of all causes, and to see him everywhere is the only goal of life. This much alone is the ultimate goal of human life, as explained by all the revealed scriptures. In this verse, the word Sarvatra Tat Ikshanam describe the highest perfection of devotional service, in which one sees everything with reference to Govinda's activities. The highly elevated devotee never sees anything unrelated to Govinda. Stavara Jangama Dekhe, Na Dekhe Tara Murti, Sarvatra Haya Nija, Ishta Deva Sfurti. The Mahabhagavad, the advanced devotee, certainly sees everything, mobile and immobile, but he does not exactly see their forms. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees manifest the form of the Supreme Lord. Caitaniya Caritamita Madhya Leela 8.274. So what is Prahlāda Maharaj saying? That what is the goal of life? Goal of human life in this verse, what is Prahlāda Maharaj saying?
see the Lord everywhere. The
See the
ultimate
Lord
goal is to
everywhere.
render service to his lotus feet by
Yeah,
seeing him everywhere.
render service to the lotus feet of Govinda. Govinda is the cause of all causes, and to see him everywhere. So we can see him everywhere when we can love him. The mother sees the shoe of the son, but she doesn't see the shoe. She remembers her son. It's a shoe. Somebody else will say it's just a shoe, but the mother will say, no, no, my son, my son, my son's shoe. This belongs to my son. She'll remember the son. So the devotee, he loves Krishna, so he sees Krishna everywhere. Even in this material world, the devotee does not see materially manifested things. Instead, he sees Govinda in everything, because everything is coming from Govinda, cause of all causes. Everything is God's energy. When he sees a tree or a human being, a devotee sees them in relation to Govinda, understanding that they are part and parcel of Krishna, Krishna's energy. So seeing everything, everyone, every situation, every circumstance in relation to Krishna. Govindam Adi Purusham. Govinda is the original source of everything. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. Anadi Radir Govinda, Sarva Karanam, Karana Karana. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme controller. He has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, for he is the prime cause of all causes. Brahma Samhita 5.1. So, what does Lord Brahma say in this verse about Krishna's body?
All manifests from him.
Yeah, he's the
Krishna's
cause of all
body.
causes. Yeah.
Krishna's body. Yeah, he's the cause of all causes. Everything is manifest from him. What about Krishna's body?
Satchitananda Vigraha.
Satchitanand. Yes. Krishna
And
doesn't have a
Govinda
material
means,
body.
Govinda means master of senses, right?
Yes. And
Right.
cows.
Master of senses.
Yeah. Master of senses, master of the cows. The one who gives pleasure. He gives
Oh,
pleasure to the senses. Govinda
oh,
gives pleasure to the senses, pleasure to the cows. Master of senses, Rishikesh.
oh.
Rishikesh. Mm. So the test of a perfect devotee is that he sees Govinda everywhere in this universe, even in every atomic particle. Andantarasta paramanujayantrastam. This is the perfect vision of a devotee. It is therefore said, Narayana mayam dhira pashyanti paramarthinaha jagadhana mayam lupta kamuka kamini mayam. A devotee sees everyone and everything in relationship with Narayan. Narayana mayam. Everything is an expansion of Narayan's energy. So how can we see everything in relation to Krishna or Narayan? How do we understand?
All is manifest through his breathing.
All is manifest through his breathing. Yeah.
It's his energy. It's the spiritual energy everywhere.
Yes, it's his energy. That's right. It's his energy. Just as those who are greedy see everything as a source of money making, and those who are lusty see everything as being conducive to sex. The most perfect devotee, Prahlāda Maharaj, saw Narayan even within a stone column. It's true, no? Like what kind of glasses we are wearing. You know, we wear red color glasses, we'll see everywhere red. You'll see the sky is also red. We wear yellow color glasses, we'll say, oh, everywhere is yellow. The trees are yellow. Everything is yellow. So what are we looking for? So Prabhupada is giving the example. We are looking to make money. We'll see every opportunity. We'll find the opportunity to make money. We are looking for sex. We'll find the opportunity to have sex. But the devotee, Prahlāda Maharaj, he loves Krishna so much that he could see in the pillar also. Yes, Krishna is there in this pillar also. This does not mean, however, that we must accept words Daridra Narayan, which have been manufactured by some unscrupulous person. Again, Prabhupada is taking this opportunity to clarify that Krishna can never become pure or poor. Krishna is always pure, but never poor. One who actually envisions Narayan everywhere makes no distinction between the poor and the rich. To single out the Daridra Narayan or poor Narayan and reject the Dhani Narayan or rich Narayan is not the vision of a devotee. Rather, that is the imperfect vision of materialistic persons. Thus, and the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 7th canto, 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled, What Prahlāda Learned in the Womb. So, such an important chapter we heard. And we can see, 7-7, 7th canto, 7th chapter. Prahlāda Maharaj learned in the womb. Here, Prabhupada is saying that even the rich have Narayan in their heart. Even the rich have Paramatma in their heart. Not only the poor people have Paramatma. The rich and poor both have Paramatma in the heart. So that brings us to the end of this wonderful chapter. Any comments?
Yeah, I
Any
would just like to
realizations?
Yeah, I would just like to add what we were reading yesterday, a responsibility of a leader. So one who is more, looked up to must respect everyone. That is the most important. If it's not there, then there is chaos. They are causing all the chaos. So
Mm.
yes, so I feel that leading everyone by an example is very important.
Yes,
Yeah,
leading
for the
everyone.
peace,
Yes.
for the peace. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
what
right.
Prahlad Maharaj is exactly what he's doing because he's self-realized. He's able to give that, truth what he has learned to everyone. And he's being so compassionate to help them to understand that see everyone as the Lord, see every Lord in everyone, respect everyone.
Yeah. Not see
Yeah,
everyone as the Lord, yeah, but see everyone in the see Lord in
in
everyone. Yeah.
everyone. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
See everyone in relation to the
yes,
Lord. Yes.
yes.
And respect everyone. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And he is doing the most para uppkar of
Para upkar.
yeah, preaching.
Yes. Para upkar. The
Yes,
highest benefit.
yes.
Yeah. We like to give benefit to others, but here Prahlāda Maharaj is giving us the highest benefit. And what is the highest benefit?
Preaching Krishna consciousness,
Preaching
giving
Krishna
Krishna
consciousness.
consciousness to others. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Thank you. Nice. Very nice. Any more? Any more realizations, or anyone wanted to add anything about this chapter before we proceed to the next one?
Just that, Hare Krishna, just that how beautifully he has described devotional service. How easily he has given us that how to please Krishna, how to stay in connection with Krishna, what to do, what not to do, what will please Krishna. Because he has mentioned in the last one that even if you be a Brahmin, even if you do your austerities, charities, that will, but that's not the proper way. Like, just do bhakti, just engage in devotional service. And from the
Yeah.
very young age, don't waste your time. He has mentioned again and again the value of human life that we have got. That from the very early age, engage in devotional service. You have got this human life after so many births, because in any other stage of life, like if you're an animal, you just are not able to do it. So don't waste this human life. Engage in devotional service. Engage in devotional service. That is the most important thing. So
That's why they
yeah,
say, human life is so Anmol, it's so valuable.
and
What
I
time
just
to-
wanted to say that if by the end of the class, if everybody can just pray for my friend's brother. He was perfectly fine, just 42, 43 years old, perfectly fine, married with 2 children, and they live in Bombay, and suddenly he just had a heart attack and he passed away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, Vinod's niece, the one who met with an accident, she passed away.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, let's chant one Hare Krishna for them, both of them. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yeah, never know, huh?
And
Most
she lived here.
auspicious.
She lived here, my friend. She lived here in Taiwan. She was there from last so many years, and just last 2 years she shifted back to India.
Oh,
Is it Nancy or what? No,
No, it's Jigna, not Nancy.
not Nancy. But
And his
Nancy's husband also,
brother.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but husband is fine. He's just sick, right?
Sick, yeah.
Yeah, he's just sick. So she's really taking good care. So that's not a matter. But like if a person who everything is dependent, like the whole family, the parents, wife, and he was only the bread earner of the family,
Mm.
and
oh,
just passes away just like that in a flinch, and you don't know like how, what, when happened.
Yeah.
So you just go and you never come back. So it
yeah,
was a real, like how we are saying, it's so unpredictable. Life is so
Life is so
unpredictable. That's what we are
yeah.
reading. It is
What
so
happens the
unpredictable.
next day? Yeah.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste in anything else. Everything seems meaningless. Everything except serving Krishna, serving his devotees, engaging in devotional service, hearing about him, chanting. Otherwise, everything seems, because this has to come. If we have, like how Shilpa, you always say, we have an expiry date.
Which we
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows, right? So
But
we
the
have to
expiry dates
engage.
in the thing, right? What we see in the things, there is. But in this, we don't know.
If there
Yeah.
is a manufacturing.
Yeah, we don't know the expiry date, but it's coming for sure.
Yeah, so we need to understand like how with these situations we need to uh, understand that we should, without doing any delays, we should engage.
Pick up the process of Krishna consciousness immediately. Yes, thank you. Yeah. That's why the bhajan is there, right? That this life is like tottering, like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. Any moment that drop of water can fall down into the pond. That's how our life is. It's like a drop of water on the lotus leaf. Any moment can fall.
It's Bhajaure Man Sri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare.
Yeah.
And the one that you're saying is Jivan Talmala.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it will just slip away like a drop on a leaf. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Shall we read the introduction to this next chapter? So tomorrow we can read the texts.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
please. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
So the short introduction that Srila Prabhupada is giving, chapter 8, Lord Nishamadev slays the king of the demons. As described in this chapter, Hiranyakashipu was ready to kill his own son Prahlāda Maharaj. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared in front of the demon as Sri Nirkeshari, half lion and half man, and killed him. Following the instructions of Prahlāda Maharaj, all the sons of the demons became attached to Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they're good friends. Huh? When this attachment became pronounced, their teachers, Shanda and Amarka, were very much afraid that the boys would become more and more devoted to the Lord. In a helpless condition, they approached Hiranyakashipu and described in detail the effect of Prahlada's preaching. After hearing of this, Hiranyakashipu decided to kill his son Prahlada. Hiranyakashipu was so angry that Prahlada Maharaj fell down at his feet and said many things just to pacify him. But he was unsuccessful in satisfying his demoniac father. Hiranyakashipu, as a typical demon, began to advertise himself as being greater than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Prahlāda Maharaj challenged him, saying that Hiranyakashipu was not God, and began to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, declaring that the Lord is all-pervading, that everything is under him, and that no one is equal to or greater than him. Thus he requested his father to be submissive to the omnipotent Supreme Lord. The more Prahlāda Maharaj glorified the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the more angry and agitated the demon became. Hiranyakashipu asked his Vaishnav son whether his God existed within the columns of the palace, and Prahlāda Maharaj immediately accepted that since the Lord is present everywhere, he was also present within the columns. When Hiranyakashipu heard this philosophy from his young son, he derided the boy's statement just as the talk of a child and forcefully struck the pillar with his fist. As soon as Hiranyakashipu struck the column, there issued forth a tumultuous sound. At first, Hiranyakashipu, the king of the demons, could not see anything but the pillar. But to substantiate Prahlada's statements, the Lord came out of the pillar in his wonderful incarnation as Nishima, half lion and half man. Hiranyakashipu could immediately understand that the extraordinarily wonderful form of the Lord was surely meant for his death, and thus he prepared to fight with the form of half lion and half man. The Lord performed his pastimes by fighting with the demon for some time, and in the evening, on the border between day and night, the Lord captured the demon, threw him on his lap, and killed him by piercing his abdomen with his nails. The Lord not only killed Hiranyakashipu, the king of the demons, but also killed many of his followers. When there was no one else to fight, the Lord, roaring with anger, sat down on Hiranyakashipu's throne. The entire universe was thus relieved of the rule of Hiranyakashipu, and everyone was jubilant in transcendental bliss. Then all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, approached the Lord. These included the great saintly persons, the Pitas, the Siddhas, the Vidyadharas, the Nagas, the Manus, the Prajapatis, the Gandharvas, the Charanas, the Yakshas, the Kimpurushas, the Vaitalikas, the Kinnaras, and also many other varieties of human beings in human form. All of them stood not far from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and began offering their prayers unto the Lord, whose spiritual effulgence was brilliant as he sat on the throne. Shri Nishinga Bhagavan ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta-vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. We'll stop here for today.
Yes.
Thank you so